All right, ladies and gentlemen, the previous two lectures were based on moon. Now, uh, before I go ahead to Arudha Lagna, I would want to, I thought that it would be a great idea, it would be a wise idea to spend at least 3-4 weeks with you on the Dhan yogas, the wealth yogas. Extremely important because a lot of people will ask you how much wealth I have in my kundli. Second, they would be asking you, oh, I am doing this, I am doing that, but the money is not being accumulated. Lot of people will come, we have a huge factory, we have a huge empire, but my son doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to work he doesn't want to go in the factory. He doesn't want to sit on the shop, right? He's not willing. People will come and say, oh, this guy has a great ability. Oh, this guy has a great income, but he is not able to save the money. He has nothing. If he loses job today, he will be on the road. Simple. Lot of people will come with these questions. Then people will say that, Guruji, I know how to earn money. I know there's wealth in my kundli. I know the path towards the wealth, but I'm not taking initiatives. I don't know why I'm so lazy. Why I can see that I can achieve that wealth and I'm not doing it. I'm not making it bigger. And then the fourth kind of an idea is where you have, you know, wealth in the kundli, you know the way towards reaching the path, you are intelligent enough, you have ability to attain wealth, but your luck is not favoring. You are not getting money. Your horoscope is waiting for the right time to come. Your horoscope is waiting for an entry of a guru, of a teacher, and then you get those wealth. These are some of the important issues that I will teach you how to identify these things in a family. You may be a chartered accountant, maybe getting a salary of probably $3 lakh, $300,000 a year, or $500,000 a year. But still, you can be a multi-millionaire or a billionaire by doing something else. That is something I will help you achieve, to identify in the Kundali. That's what is called Dhana Yoga. You may be doing 10,000 different things, but you still have not reached, you still have not understood your Kundali. And that was one of my reasons when I applied that on my horoscope. I knew that when I reach here, because you know what, the chart which is with you for the longest time is your own chart, isn't? From the day you started learning, Jyotisha, you are practicing on your own chart all the time, right? You'd think, oh, what is the yoga in my kundi? What is the yoga? Or it could be the chart of your son, your daughter, your wife, your husband, your mother, or a father. कितना धन है भी है कि नहीं है, और कहां पर काम करना है धन को अचीव करने के लिए. That's what I'm going to teach you today. And I must tell you, it is good 8 to 10 lectures. It's complicated. It's difficult, but I'll try my level best, as I always try, to make things easy for you. It wasn't easy when I started learning. So let me start that, okay? Let me hit the whiteboard, because that's something I love the most, right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember my Jyotish Acharya, dhan, money, wealth. Now, you need to understand that money is a part of wealth. Money is not wealth. Okay. Money is a very important part of wealth. If you have good health, good money, good family, good home, you are wealthy. If any of these things are missing, you may not be wealthy. You may be rich. You may have tons of money, okay? But you're not wealthy. So if you think that money comes from Saturn or Venus, or it is coming from Rahu, you will find a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of people talking about money is Rahu. But money is Rahu in special circumstances only. Money, is fixed and natural to 4 planets. 4 planets, Muni Parashara says, if these 4 planets you have in your kundli well placed, or in combination with each other, or in combination with D9 and D60, then you will be wealthy. And there is a lot behind these 4 planets. Wealth, forget about yourself. Let's talk about mundane level. When I say mundane level, I'm talking about Mother Earth. I'm talking about Srishti. So when I talk about Srishti, the first thing that comes to my mind is Lagna, which is Mother Earth. All the resources on Mother Earth, all the wealth, be it Ayurveda, be it soil, be it plantation, fruits, vegetables, shelters, all the things that are required to sustain a life, any sort of life, is only because of a certain temperature on the Mother Earth. That's it. If same kind of temperature can be maintained on Mars or Venus or Saturn, well, Saturn I can't talk about now because Saturn doesn't have the base. We can have life on these planets, any other planet. And that temperature maintenance or the temperature consistency has only come from a single planet known as Surya. It's Sun. It is because of the placements of the Sun from the Earth. It is because of the heat, the appropriate heat which is touching the Lagna is giving life. And wealth only signifies if you are alive, right? If you are dead, what will you do with the wealth? What would you do with the family, the home, the house, the prosperity, your own health? What will you do? Nothing, no? There are people like fantastic cricketers like Shane Warne and Andrew Simons, they lost their lives. They have accumulated huge amount of wealth, home, cars, family, prosperity, good body, good physique. Once they are dead, everything is gone. It's over. So the biggest significator of wealth in anybody's chart is Sun. It's the Surya Devata. It's the sun. And the most important thing in a horoscope, when you look at the wealth yogas, is nothing but it is your sun sign. Okay, not only the sun, but it is your sun sign. Remember this. That is why in the Western astrology, the sun sign is very important. They're talking about sun sign all the time because these nations are wealthy nations. Yes or no? See, we are talking about moon sign because we are in the East. People in the West are talking about the sun sign. Always. You ask anyone who is proficient in Western astrology or who's trying to study Western astrology, they would be more inclined towards assumptions, logics behind the sun sign. So, sun in a kundli represents wealth because sun is also the creator of your kendras. Remember this thing. Who create kendras? It is Surya. Because until and unless the sun rises, only then you have the kendras lighten up. Why these houses, the kendras and trikonas are important? Because they have the sunlight. The others doesn't. Simple. You should not bring sun at home. Not necessarily. Can you bring sun at your home? But the light should come. That's the most important thing. The light should come. If you have a dark home and you can see nothing, you will have no desire. Simply, you have desire for a thing that you can see. If you see a thing, you have a desire. If you don't see a thing, you don't have a desire because you don't know about that thing. Am I making some sense to you? It's not the sun which is important. It is the sunlight which is important. And you will understand this thing when you will understand a couple of lectures, this lecture and the next lecture, that what kind of sunlight and if you have sun rising in the east, in the kundli, in the first house, the maximum light goes to 1, 4, 7, 10, 5th and 9th. And there is no light which is going in the second house or the 12th house or the third house or the 6th and the 8th. Although there is little bit of light going in the 3rd and the 11th. That is why they are part of the Upachya houses. Little bit. Little bit. That's it. The 6th house is Upachya. Why? Because 6th house is a Hora Lagna. It's a Hora Lagna. You go back to my lectures, you'll understand what is Hora Lagna. You see, the Kendras and Trikonas are important because they are enlightened by sun. They are lightened up by Surya. That is why they are important. And that is why you have desire to have a good body, the first house. You have desire to have good home because you can see the homes, right? You can see somebody's beautiful bungalow and you want that. One day, when I was a child, I used to go to school on cycle and there were 3, 4 good bungalows on the way. And I used to tell my brother, one day I'll have a home like that. एक दिन हम अपना घर भी ऐसा बनाएंगे. Because you can see the 4th house. or you saw a beautiful wife with children. You can see that because of the sunlight. And then you have desire of the seventh house. Or you see a partner of a businessman. These two guys clubbed together and they did great in the business. Now you have a desire that one day I'll also get a good partner and I'll make a big business. I'll be a big man. You see somebody's profession, 10th house. You want to have the profession like that. You see, oh, this guy has made a lot of money with this work. Or this guy has attained moksha. So what do you want? You want to attain moksha. You want to be a big guy because Surya is looking at the 10th house. It's giving the light to the 10th house. You see someone really progressed after having guru in his life, teacher, higher education, 9th house. So you start dreaming of the same thing for your children. You start dreaming that, oh, let me have my student studying in Oxford or maybe Yale. Because this guy who studied from Yale is the global head of this organization and he earns a lot of money. One day my son can also do it or my daughter can also do it. Why can't I do it? Because you can see this because sun has given a lot of light in the 9th house in the Kalpurush Kundli. That is why it became Trikona. And sun has also given a lot of light in the 5th house. You see a beautiful, lovely, romantic relationship of two people, and you start dreaming one day with this girl also I'll have this relation. I want a girl similar to this person who could listen to me. I want to develop my skill. You see romance in somebody's life, you want romance in your life. You see children in somebody's life and you start desiring of children. Will you desire of diseases, enemies, mishappenings, accidents? You know why you don't desire these things? Because you don't see them coming. You don't see them coming. If somebody tells you that you have a Mrityu Yoga, but by meeting a small accident, you will survive for next 50 years and your Bhagya Uday will happen after an accident. You will say, okay, can I have that accident today? And then probably my Bhagya Uday happens. You don't desire such things because you don't see them coming. My Guruji used to say one thing. He used to say, Navneet, when you have moon in the 8th house, the only thing you need in your life to grow and become bigger in life is sorrow. The more sorrow you get, the more bigger you become. And one day I'll give you sorrow. So that's what happens, So the 8th house in a chart, if you have moon there, you can only grow in life if there is a sorrow, if there's an accident that happens in your life. Once you get into that accident, in the 6th house moon, if you have a litigation or you have enemies, the more enemies you have, more you will grow. More diseases you have, more you will grow. More debts you will have, more you will grow. Moon in the 6th house. You need debts, you need enemies, you need litigations to grow in your life. In the 8th house, you need sorrow. You need disasters happening in your life, and then suddenly you become champion. Huh? We can sing that song of a champion. We can take all the names of my students. You all are champions, isn't? Isn't? You are. If you have moon in the second house, these are the houses that are bad one. Marak. 2, 6, 8, 12. These are highly marak. When you will learn there are houses that are highly marak, then there are houses that are not very highly marak, like 7th, not very highly marak. It's like a halal, slow. If you have moon in the second house, you need a relative to grow in your life. Some relative, some family member will come and help you and you'll grow. If you have moon in the 12th, you need losses to grow. You need losses. You need isolation to grow. When everyone will leave you, every single person in life will leave you, you will start growing then. Moon in the 12th house. Why I'm talking about moon so much right now? Because moon is a path towards wealth. Like sun is wealth. I'm talking about those 4 planets, those 4 magicians. So moon is nothing, but it's the path towards the wealth. Now you know that, okay, my wealth is here in this house, in my kundli. And you know that this is my path. If I walk on this path, I will get the wealth. But the third question is, you need to check in somebody's kundli, is does that person has ability? Do you have the ability to attain wealth? I can see that there is a wealth box on Mount Everest. Okay. And I have made a map to reach that Mount Everest. That is moon. I've created that path. I know that this is the path. I'll reach there, get the wealth and come back. But then you go to a doctor, and doctor says that the moment you touch 14,000 feet, your heart will burst, you'll die. You don't have ability to reach Mount Everest. Sorry. To get wealth, you lose your life. You know, if you become a cricketer or a basketball player, you earn a lot of money. You know how to become a player. You need to join a school, academy, and then you learn basketball. You know, you learn cricket, and then, but do you have ability? Everyone cannot be Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli or Dhoni. And that ability is going to come from only one planet on this universe, which is, come on, which is
Mars.
Mercury. Okay, which is Mercury. Mercury is the ability. Mercury is the ability to attain wealth. I'm not saying bodybuilding, okay? Mars is ability to attain your body. But with your good body, you know, if body brings the money, then all the bouncers will have the money who are standing outside, you know, a disc. They'll have a lot of money. But very thin, timid, stupid looking people, they go inside the club and enjoy. Not the bouncers. So the body or being brave is not going to give you money. It is the intelligence. It's the communication. It's the calculation. That is the ability towards wealth. You should be crystal clear on these things, I must tell you. Absolutely crystal clear. The fourth planet, and the most important planet, which is above all, which is above all. When I say above all, what does that mean? That means that without this planet, you people may not achieve wealth, even if you have all the above three. All the above three is there with you. You know that you have identified in this kundli that if you open a petrol pump, you'll become wealthy. You know how to open it, get licenses and all, and you have connections, you have brain, but somehow you're not getting it. Somehow something is stopping you so much. आप एफर्ट करते जा रहे हो लेकिन आपको रिजल्ट ही नहीं मिल रहा. You're not getting the result. Where is the disconnect? Which planet is causing you a lot of trouble? Lot of trouble. And I must tell you that this is one planet that can cause humongous amount of trouble in your life. Humongous. And when this planet causes the trouble, nobody can stop it. Nobody. The natural karka, the natural significator, the project manager of the wealth is only one planet known as Jupiter. Dev Guru Brihaspati. Because when this planet will be bad, you can make 10,000 videos on YouTube and do whatever you can do, you will not have more than 10,000 subscribers. It is not giving you that name, that fame, that wealth which is required. You know there's wealth, you know the path, you are intelligent, but you're nothing. And I have seen so many people who know how to earn wealth. They can see wealth. They'll guide others. Okay, you buy this share, you buy this, you buy that. The other people are earning with their suggestions. They know that this is the path. They'll guide others. You walk on this path, you will attain a lot of money, and that they are accurate on it. And they have ability, They're very intelligent. But nothing is working for them. They are in their own circle, that same circle, because Guru is not with them. In a layman term, even if you have all these things, you don't have a Guru with you. You're nothing. I must tell you one more thing. No other planet will give you wealth. Full stop. The other planets will give you byproducts. You need a car, you need a land. Mars is giving you land. Comforts is given by Venus. All the servants that you're having at your home is given by Saturn. Shani gives you servants because he himself is a servant. So if somebody is a servant, he can give you a servant, right? If you need a Kamwali buy, will you go to a 7-Eleven or will you go to a grocery store to get a Kamwali buy? You will contact a Kamwali buy. Will tell koi hai, koi tumhare jaan pehchan ki hai, you know someone who could come and work, and she'll give you. So Saturn will give you the worker. Saturn will decide whether you will become an entrepreneur or you'll be in the job. Simple. Because if Saturn is good, he's going to give you workers who are going to work under you. The placement of the Saturn decides whether you become an entrepreneur or you become a service person working in a job. It is the Saturn. Mars will decide will you have pride in the work or not, or people will jump on your head every day, will dance on your head. Will you have command on your work or not is decided by Mars. Rahu will decide that will you get what you desire or not. If you're looking for something in life, I need a big bungalow. Nobody has like that. I need a car which nobody has. Jupiter will never give you that. It is the Rahu will give you that. That is why in the Rahu Dasha, you buy such a property, you do such a business, you buy such a car that nobody has in your area, and you lose it one day. Jupiter will give you a car which is comfortable and which is suitable for you. Rahu will give you a car which the entire world look at you. That is the difference. And Venus will give you a car which you think is very beautiful. It may not be a very renowned one, or it may not be a car that everyone likes. There are people who have odd cars. You talk to them, they say, no, this is my favorite. I love it. As you love this car, why do you love this car? No, this is my dream. And when you get that dream, it is Venus. But when you have a dream of buying a car which nobody has on the planet, it is Rahu. And when you buy a car which gives you constant prosperity, comfort, that is coming from Jupiter. Devaguru Brihaspati. So these 4 planets I'll take one by one. There'll be 2 classes for Sun, two or three classes for Sun, 2 or 3 classes for Moon, 2 or 3 classes for Mercury, and 2 or 3 classes for Jupiter. And then you'll understand wealth, entrepreneurship, service, job in a Kundli, the path, the ability. सारा कुछ है लेकिन भाग्य ही नहीं है, गुरु नहीं है. लेकिन इससे एक बात तो क्लियर है कि अगर ये तीनों चीजों का बेस अगर जुपिटर है, तो एक बात तो बिल्कुल क्लियर है. वन थिंग इज क्रिस्टल क्लियर फ्रॉम हियर. व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग? One thing that is crystal clear from here is that you will get nothing in life, nothing wealthy in life, without spirituality and guru, without dharma. But on the same time, I must tell you one thing, that if you have over dharma, over spirituality, you will lose everything. You will not have wealth. You will lose every single thing. So everything in balance is good. If you become a guru or a teacher or something like that, will you have wealth? Very enlightened people, they don't have wealth because they give up. They said, I don't want any wealth. I don't want a family. I don't want a car. I don't want anything. Because they have understood the meaning of a real wealth, which is coming from God, which is your connection with the God. That's the real wealth. Because, what is the biggest mistake that we make in this life? From 42 years of sorrows and happiness and disappointments and achievements, the next 2 minutes, I'll tell you what was the biggest mistake in my life that I've ever done. The biggest mistake that I've ever done, and a lot of you will also do, and a lot of you have already done in your life, is finding happiness in others from others. That's the biggest mistake. I realized it a couple of years ago, and I realized that the happiness is going to come from inside, within me. My wife, my children, my mother, My friends are not responsible for my happiness. They are not. I'm attached to them. I care for them. I die for them. I respect them being part of my life. I honor them. I feel proud of them. But they are not part of my happiness because they will never give me happiness. The happiness that Navneet can give to Navneet is the only happiness that matters the most. Simple. And it took me 42 years to understand this concept. You know why we have ugly relationships? Because we need happiness from those relationships. And we don't get it. And you say, you know what? You can't order a cup of coffee for me. When was the last time you took me out for a coffee? Huh? Because you're looking for happiness from that person. And then that person is not taking you out for a coffee and you're unhappy. And a lot of people remain foolish for good donkey 50 years, 60 years. To understand that thing, that if you can go on a beach or in the mountains and take a cup of coffee and read a book and enjoy that cup of coffee, that is the biggest happiness. You cannot compare that happiness with anyone. No. You can get happiness in the Guru Charana. Because Guru is not giving you happiness. You are taking happiness from Guru, from your own mind. Within your mind, you are taking happiness from the Guru. He may give it, he may not give it to you. He's least bothered. He's only giving you blessings. Sab acha hoga. Don't worry. Don't worry. That is what Guru is saying. But with those words, sab acha hoga, there is a vibration that goes in your mind. And you feel happy about it. Simple. So when you stop expecting happiness, expect sorrows. You can expect sorrows. They'll give you a lot of sorrows. All the relationships on this planet will give you a lot of sorrows. My students have given sorrows to me. My colleagues have given sorrows to me. My brother gave me a sorrow, the biggest sorrow of my life, by leaving me in the middle. He gave me a sorrow. But he taught me the meaning of happiness after he was gone. Because I realized that it's not going to come from outside. It's not my car. It's not my bungalow. It's not the money in my locker. It's when I use it for myself. That is giving me the happiness. Nothing else. Think about it. Think about it. Every relationship in this world will become a fantastic relationship if you have this frame of mind. Because you will not expect from your husband or wife, you will respect your husband and wife. You'll start respecting them for being in your life. That's it. You will be passionate about them. Of course, yes. But deep inside your heart, you know that the real happiness is within myself. We are together, good, fantastic. But I'm happy as an individual. That's the most important thing. Why a relationship break when you are a girlfriend or a boyfriend? The first thing you invade is their independence, their internal happiness. आप खत्म कर देते हो उसको by restricting people, by imposing restrictions. My son, at the age of 19, and now my wife also, they have started knowing that this guy feels happy when he's within himself. So if I want to pick up my car with my driver and I want to go on the hills, they are promoting me. Go, 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 go. They're saying, oh, this guy is going to find happiness and he's going to give us more respect. And when you're not happy from inside, you start disrespecting others, isn't? You start disrespecting your family, your friends, your colleagues, and even the students, even the gurus. Only person that will disrespect someone is a person who is not happy from inside, who doesn't realize that happiness कहां से आएगी. जिसको ये नहीं पता वो दूसरों की इज्जत खराब करेगा. जिसको मालूम है कि मैं अपने आप में बहुत खुश हूं, and that happiness was the biggest happiness that Shankaracharya had, that Vivekananda had, that all the rishis, that they had that internal happiness and bliss. And nobody will give you that. Maybe my lecture can give you a spark and I'll feel proud of myself. I'll be happy for this lecture. And that can only come if you have a good Jupiter. And you know what I realized? That Jupiter starts blessing you after the age of 42, not before. That's what I think. So I'll come to the first concept of Surya. See, I'm going to make a chart here and you are going to check this yoga in your Kundli. So the question is, where is wealth in your Kundli? Wow, that's the first question. You would love to know that. Yes or no? Where is the wealth? You know, daba hua khajana. That hidden wealth. What is a mine? Mine is a hidden wealth. Huh? You start digging, you start digging, you start digging, and you get that wealth. ऊपर से कुछ नजर नहीं आता है माइन में. ऊपर से प्लेन मैदान होता है. You know, you have seen that these gold diggers. There's a lot of this concept in US. There's a gold digger or something. I don't know. They take some place and they go and then keep searching, keep searching. नीचे से सोना मिलता है. You know all that. I don't know what do you call them, but in India we call them कि इसको mining बोलते हैं. Mine करो नीचे से क्या निकलेगा. All these gemstones come out of mining. You know, you go to Jammu, the most expensive Neelam, blue sapphires in Jammu. You know that in India, Jammu, the mines of Jammu and Kashmir has the most expensive blue sapphires. Far more expensive than Sri Lanka. Far more. It is dark blue, ink kind of a blue sapphire, shining, maybe 10 lakh rupees a carat. Minimum. If it is an original one. Go and ask a jeweler, you need a Jammu Neelam. ये सब मिलेगा नहीं, देखते हैं, करते हैं, बहुत महंगा है भाई साहब. They don't have it. A blue sapphire from Jammu is minimum 5 lakh, 10 lakh rupees a carat. Now this is the minimum word I'm using. There was a Jammu Neelam that was priced up to 2100 crores. Only 10 carat. That the value was given. Mining. So you find your mine in the Kundli. Principle number 1. Wherever your sun is in your horoscope, wherever you have Surya in your horoscope, The fourth house from the Surya is where your Kubera sits. Kubera. Fourth house from your sun. Now, Kubera is not always carrying wealth in his hands. Kubera has a key. उसके पास चाबी है एक चाबी. He has a key towards the wealth. So जहां पर सूर्य बैठे हैं, सूर्य से चतुर्थ भाव में आपका धन है. सूर्य से चतुर्थ भाव को धन भाव बोलते हैं. धन भाव. The fourth house from sun. It's a key. It's the entrance. It's the base. But the most important thing is also the placement of the dispositor of the fourth house, the lord of the fourth house from sun. Lord of the fourth house from sun is extremely important. The lord of fourth house from the sun, the placement of that planet is where the Kubera is dependent on. Why? Because Kubera is on rent. The Kubera is on rent. And he has a contract with the landlord. And the landlord is the lord of the fourth house from the sun. So you have to look at the placement of that planet. Is it in the Kendras, or is it in the Trikonas, or is it in the 6, 8, 2nd and 12? If it is in the 6, 8, 2nd and 12, the lord of the fourth house from the Surya, if it is in the 2nd house, 3rd house, 6th house, 8th house, 11th house, or the 12th house, you need special remedies and special effort to attain wealth in life, the permanent wealth. Or you need to work on certain areas of life to attain wealth. You understand what I'm saying? I'll show you with the chart. Give me a second. And you will participate on that. And I want you people to also participate and tell me what do they see about it, what they think about it. Okay, this chart, you know, you're familiar with this chart. I am also. Okay, now this chart, tell me, the fourth house from the sun is which house?
6th house.
House.
So this is the mine I was talking about. 1 second. This is the mine I was talking about. Okay. And where is the Lord?
3rd house.
Sitting with the sun.
What?
No.
That's not important. It's important that it is sitting with the sun, but where it is? It is in the 3rd house. Yes.
3rd house, yes.
Can somebody make a statement on this? Let's you make the statement. What do you think about this chart? Where is the wealth? Where is the wealth in this horoscope? Who would like to
So
say something
desire
about it?
and prakram.
It
So
lies with your
communication, communication.
Prakram to communication, yes.
Upachya was Guruji, it grows over time.
Yeah. What else? I need more. Can somebody speak at least 2 minutes on it?
Someone who's going to put in a lot of effort
Yeah.
will be driven by effort. The results will come through their communication.
Yeah.
And someone who is going to be very good at communicating because Mercury is in his own house, but a very direct communicator. Speaks
Correct.
from their heart,
Yeah.
speaks from their soul.
Yeah. But we're talking of the wealth. So what is the key to the wealth? How is the wealth going to come? If you have to tell that if I need money in my life, I need wealth in my life, how it is going to come for this native?
Through their own efforts.
Yes. Someone who would like to shed more light on this? Anyone, guys, just attempt. Just say what is coming in your mind. Just say it.
Guruji, this positive is in the Mrugashira Nakshatra, which represents the research, and it is also the third house is also short distance travel. So someone who research more, like spending some time, and then that will add on to the wealth.
Okay. Okay. My question is not understood from your people yet. Let me make it a simple question. Do you think this horoscope has wealth? If yes, why? Do you think this horoscope has wealth? This is a layman who comes and say, Guruji, मेरे पास कितना पैसा होगा, wealth होगा, घर होगा, नहीं होगा. What is your answer? By looking at this chart, do you see wealth in this horoscope? The Upachya concept was said by Rajeshwar. You will say, yes, we see wealth in this horoscope, but with a lot of efforts, especially after the age of 36, when the Upachya houses get activated, not before that. And there will be always situations where you have rog, shok, karja, rin, bimari, shatru, litigation, problems, conversations. So the wealth is sitting in a house of problems, the sixth house. Every time people are coming and crying and tell you this problem, that problem, Guruji, what will you do? And then you're communicating. That is the key. You open the key and then you go to your communication, your own prakram. But there is wealth after a certain age. Yes. And if this combination would have been in the Kendra or Trikona, the wealth would have been from very beginning, from the early days of the career. That's the first step. Don't make a complete picture in your mind. But what is the path towards the wealth? Will you see the path or not? Will this horoscope see a path or not? The path will be seen by the moon. So from sun, we always look at the fourth house. From moon, the path is the 10th house from the moon. कौन सा रास्ता अपनाएगा ये आदमी, your native, that will be seen from the 10th. So now which is the 10th from the moon here?
Where's your six?
Which house?
Yes, sir.
Fifth house. Now, fifth house is a house of the Mantra Shastra. Fifth house is a house of creativity. Fifth house is a house of Lakshmi Sthana. Wife will come, children will come, and those things will bring wealth. With every single children, there will be wealth that will increasing. So if you have fifth house, which is 10th from your moon, that is the house, that those are the karakas that will give you money. Children will give you money. Your skill will give you money. Mantras will give you money. When you love your wife, respect your wife, give her the money, you'll get the money. The more I spend on my children, the more I spend on my wife, the more money I get, more wealth I get, more prosperity I get. If it would have been the sixth house, I would have spent money on diseases, enemies, litigations. That would have been the path. If it would have been the seventh house, partnership would have been the path. From the moon, if the 10th house would have been the seventh house in my horoscope, it can be from your kundli as well. If it is the 11th house, which is the 10th from your moon, your elder brother is the way towards your wealth. If it is the third house, your communication, younger brother, sister, bua is the path towards. If it is Lagna itself, then it is you. Your intelligence is the path towards the wealth. If it is ninth house, your guru, your spirituality, dharma. 10th house is karma. 12th house is you need to go abroad. Simple. Get out of this motherland. Go abroad. You'll attain things. Your losses will become, at times in US, you have seen people filing bankrupt, they file that, what do you call that?
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy, and they become rich, isn't? They become super rich after filing this. Yes or no? You will find that their path from the moon is in the 12th house of their natal kundli. They'll do it. We have a lot of things to see in the Navamsha and the D60, but I will restrict you today till here. To digest this thing is also very, very important for you. Not an easy thing to digest. You will have tons of questions, but I want you to go back and listen to this recording again and again to find out. Come with a healthy question. Not the question based on your chart. Of course, you should have questions, but healthy questions. So today you have identified where is the mind. The mind is the fourth house from the sun, and the dispositor of the fourth house is very, very important. And the path towards the wealth is the 10th house from your moon. The 10th house will tell you the path. You have to bring those characteristics in your life to get or to reach to the real wealth, the real prosperity in your life. Let me see what questions you have. What are people writing? Mantra, service, sixth house is also sorrow from sorrow, problems. Okay, what if fourth house itself is sun? Now, what is that question? The fourth house itself is a sun. What does that mean? Okay, now why which is fourth house from the sun and fourth house from the moon is a good question. You see, whenever, if you remember, in the Jyotish Acharya, when I was teaching you Digbala, Remember, I was teaching you a directional strength. So the movement of sun, okay, the movement of sun was like this, like this. 12 बजे थे तो सन यहां पे था. यस, दोपहर के 12 बजे सन यहां पे होता है अभिजीत नक्षत्र में. मैंने आपको बोला यंत्रज बनाना अभिजीत नक्षत्र में. Sun attains the full strength when it reaches 4 houses from itself. And moon attains the full strength when it reaches, suppose sun and moon are sitting here, both of them. Sun reaches the 4th house to attain the full strength. Moon reaches the 10 houses to attain the full strength. Midnight moon. Hello? That is the reason of sun and moon. The path for the moon is the 10th house from itself, where it gets the strength, the understanding of the life, of the wealth. And the strength of the sun is the 4 houses away from wherever it is sitting. That is where it will attain the real wealth. Did you get it, Shreya? Is that crystal clear? समझ में आया श्रेया? क्लियर है? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये छोटे छोटे कॉन्सेप्ट्स को क्लियर करना. जो भी मैंने आपको आज कराया, इसको डाइजेस्ट करने में और इसको अप्लाई करने में ऑन डिफरेंट हॉरोस्कोप्स, you will take a lot of time. I must tell you that. Lot of time. See you what anti-clockwise is a physical thing. Raju ji, anti-clockwise is a physical thing. For an example, what I said is that moon, the sun is here, okay? Now listen to me very carefully. Sun is here. And when it comes here, it gets the maximum strength, okay? But you forget that sun is not moving in the kundli. Sun is moving exactly opposite to the earth. It is exactly opposite to the earth. It is moving exactly opposite where you are standing, where your lagna is. So technically, it is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the horoscope. This is the sthan of Kubera.
Okay. In the horoscope, we keep same anti-clockwise. Okay.
Yes, because sun is opposite to us. Rajuji,
Sure.
did you get the logic?
Yeah, sure.
We are looking opposite, but it is anti-clockwise in our kundli. It looks opposite because we are standing opposite to it. Yes, no?
No, that's a great discovery, because now I understand why we always count anti-clockwise on the chart.
Yes, because they are opposite to us.
Mhm.
Yes, Shriya. I can't hear you. Your voice is dim.
हाँ जी सर, आवाज आ रही है?
थोड़ी थोड़ी आ रही है. बहुत कम.
हरे कृष्णा सर, अब आ रही है आवाज?
बहुत कम है, लेकिन बोलिए जी.
अच्छा सर, ये पूछ रही थी मैं कि मून की प्लेसमेंट से हमें पाथवे पता चल जाता है धन भाव का, ठीक है? फिर हमारे को सन का प्लेसमेंट, जहाँ सन बैठा है वो जो प्लेसमेंट है वो चाबी है उस घर की.
नहीं, मैंने तो ये बोला ही नहीं. आपने मेरा लेक्चर ही नहीं सुना. आपने बिल्कुल मेरा लेक्चर नहीं सुना अगर आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो. मैंने ये कहा कि सन से चतुर्थ भाव में आपका धन है.
हाँ.
मैंने ये नहीं बोला कि सन जहां बैठा है, सन जहां मर्जी बैठा हो, मुझे उससे कोई तकलीफ नहीं है.
वही मैं कहती, 10th हाउस फ्रॉम सन जो हो,
नॉट 10th हाउस फ्रॉम सन, 4th हाउस फ्रॉम सन. I'm not saying 10th house from sun. No, I'm saying 4th house from sun. I never use the word 10th house. Never. क्योंकि जब सन उदय होता है उससे जो 10th हाउस होता है वो 4 घर आगे ही होता है. I am always go back and listen to my lecture. That's why I said you need to listen to this lecture twice and thrice to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, Shreya, it is the 4th house from the sun, where sun attains the maximum strength. Because जब वो move कर रहा होता है, जैसे ही वो 4 घर आगे पहुंचता है, वो दशम भाव में दिखता है आपको, है नहीं है? और दशम भाव में उसके पास डायरेक्शनल 12 बज जाते हैं, अभिजीत नक्षत्र हो जाता है, विजयी हो जाता है. बट वो होता 4 घर आगे है, लेकिन हमारी कुंडली एंटी क्लॉकवाइज देखी जाती है क्योंकि हम मृत्यु की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम सूर्य के ऑपोजिट हैं. We are opposite to the sun. And in the 4th house from sun, wherever your sun is, udhar Kuber बैठे. Kubera is sitting. He has the chabi. And the chabi, you have to see कि वो कहाँ लगेगी. सबसे पहले you have to see whether Kubera is comfortable or not. Kubera is only comfortable if the dispositor of the sun is if the dispositor of the 4th house from the sun is powerful. If it is in Dushtanas, Upachyas, you will get late wealth. If it is in Kendras and Trikonas, well, fantastic, good. And this is not only the principle, there are other principles, because when you go back to my 15 or 12 or 15 lectures on Dhan Bhava, then you will understand, oh, how wealthy is this chart and how unwealthy is this chart. It is time to slowly grace this knowledge, slowly. I'll make things easy for you. We'll discuss more charts. I will ask a MCQ, just one question tomorrow to someone, then I will take his chart or her chart to understand the dhan in the kundli. जो उस क्वेश्चन का जवाब देगा, ठीक है? जो उस क्वेश्चन का जवाब देगा उसका कुंडली उठाएंगे और सिंपल क्वेश्चन होगा. उसके ऑप्शंस भी दूंगा मैं कल. I'll give 4 ऑप्शंस. और अगर किसी का वहां पे तुक्का लग गया या किसी का ऐसे ही लग गया हिट एंड ट्रायल, तो वो लकी है. पहले मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ आपको, बीच में कौन बनेगा करोड़पति की तरह 4 ऑप्शंस नहीं दूंगा, तो कौन करोड़पति बनेगा. तो कल जब हम आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे तो 4 ऑप्शंस भी देंगे आप. And let's see. And only one answer will be allowed. Okay. This is what I wanted to teach you today. तो दो का कर लेंगे चार्ट रमन. खैर अगर एक से ज्यादा सही आंसर हुए तो क्या होगा, तो दो लोगों का चार्ट उठा लेंगे, 3 का उठा लेंगे, एक लेक्चर में तो 2 लेक्चर उठा लेंगे. सो दोस पीपल विल बी इन द क्यू.
जी गुरुजी, थैंक यू. जस्ट ऑन लाइटर.
या आई नो मजाक कर रहा हूँ. आई नो इतने सीरियस टॉपिक पे थोड़ा तो मजाक चलता है.